Hello and welcome to SYNLAB Podcast. This yet another exciting episode. I'm sure you're following us on all social media handles at SYNLAB NG. And today we're discussing something interesting as usual. Today we're discussing SYNLAB values. And of course, with me here today to discuss these topics are humans of SYNLAB. I'm even excited this morning.
Of course we are.
So humans of SYNLAB here, I'm going to be introducing everyone. And today we're just going to be x-raying all that SYNLAB says about its values, which is excellence, ethics, innovation, and integrity. Their approach as market leaders to churning out quality results and helping both patients and doctors achieve their desired outcome. So today with me here is Dr. Owoeye. And if you've been following our podcast, you know he's a popular and frequent face in the house. Good morning, Dr. Owoeye.
Good morning.
And Dr. Owoeye here got his MBBS from University of Ilorin in 2008, and he's a fellow of the Laboratory Medicine, West African College of Physicians in 2019. He's currently a consultant haematologist at SYNLAB Nigeria, and a lecturer and a clinician who believes in a healthier Nigeria. With me also is Madam Unyime Etura. I absolutely love this gorgeous lady. Unyime Etura is the area operations manager in SYNLAB. She has 13 years experience working in the prestigious SYNLAB. Oh, really? 13 years? That's a long time, girl. Unyime specializes in laboratory organization, resource and people management. She's also responsible for a team of over 50 staff, and she gains satisfaction in ensuring her team members are excelling professionally and privately. That's fantastic. Obviously, she does it through coaching and all of the other processes. And with me here is the amazing Mr. Anthony. And of course, here we're about to read for Mr. Anthony. Mr. Anthony is a team lead of the Microbiology department at SYNLAB Nigeria and a seasoned medical microbiologist. He began his journey in the field of microbiology 25 years ago. That's a long time as well. Okay. And then he graduated from the University of Benin, an associate and fellow in medical laboratory and, of course, veterinary and medical laboratory technology. And I can see you've achieved so much. And interestingly here, it says your hobby is taekwondo.
Yes.
So violence, anytime it's
more
preparing for the moment that violence ensues.
It actually makes you calmer.
Oh, it does?
Yes, it's a way of controlling yourself.
You know that you can beat this person, but you rather hold it back. So today we are, like I said earlier, we are discussing SYNLAB values. And of course, when you say you're excellent at what you do or you're committed to excellence, and when you pride yourself as a market leader in the diagnostic space, not just in Nigeria, of course, we call it Europe's number one diagnostic. So today with me, I'm just going to be asking Dr. Owoeye, how long have you been in SYNLAB, and why did you choose a career in medical diagnostics?
Okay. Well, for me, medical diagnostics has always been a very interesting and fantastic thing because, of course, that's why I did my fellowship in laboratory medicine.
Okay.
I've been with SYNLAB for over 3 years. Okay. And for me, something I find very fascinating about laboratory medicine or medical diagnostics is the fact that you are where it's happening. You know, earlier on in my career as a medical student, sometimes I find, clinicals too regimented, because you have to do a lot of signs, you have to follow certain, and so I love to see patients and I also want to be where things are happening. So for me, going to specialize in hematology afforded me like the best of two worlds, clinics and then, of course, the lab. So I see my patient, I get to also diagnose them. So that makes me actively involved in the whole process right from the point where I'm seeing my patients to the point of diagnosis to the point where, they get better. So for me, medical diagnostics, and of course, there's not that better place to do that than SYNLAB Nigeria because SYNLAB is one of the leading, brands in that in the country. So when I got the opportunity, I just jumped at it. I didn't even think about it twice. So
that's
for
beautiful.
Me,
that's beautiful to hear. And here, Unyime, why SYNLAB? When you heard SYNLAB, I believe you're working somewhere else. So why did you choose SYNLAB, and why did you choose to practice here for this number of years? 13 years, I hear.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Actually, I joined SYNLAB post NYC.
Wow.
That's immediately after my service. A friend of mine told me, that there's this international organization, then we known as PATCare.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, let me just try it. And as I would say, the rest is history. Here I am. But what endeared me to the medical diagnostics field, I'm a people's person. I like being the solution to people's issues or problems. I like making people happy, seeing ways to, solve whatever their issues are. And one of the ways to easily do that is to, get involved in the medical field.
Okay.
And another part of me that made me choose medical lab science, that maybe that's the little part most people don't know about me. I love adventures.
Okay.
So I see medical laboratory as an adventure. You're given a blank sample. You don't know what's going to be the outcome.
Wow.
So, you're going on this adventure. You're solving someone's issue at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So that's what made me pick the medical lab science field. And then SYNLAB. I heard about SYNLAB. I applied. I'm here. And it's been, you asked me why 13 years? Why have I seen? It's been a beautiful journey.
Okay.
A journey of learning. Every day there are new things to learn from SYNLAB.
Yeah.
So SYNLAB gives you an opportunity to expand your scope of knowledge. Okay. So that's why I'm still here.
That's
We're
fantastic.
still learning.
That's fantastic. Obviously, for you to be here 30 years, there must be something in it.
Yeah.
Should I call you Dr. Anthony right now? It's good to have you here.
Yeah,
How long have you been with SYNLAB?
Well, I've been SYNLAB 13 years as well.
13 years.
13 years.
Wow.
So,
And why SYNLAB? Why have you been here this long? Why haven't you woken up one day and said, you know what, I'm done? Let me go somewhere else.
well, I would say it's SYNLAB is captivating. There are things you get to see every day that you wouldn't normally see elsewhere. And those things that you probably just heard about or watched in movies or saw or read in your books, you see them in real life at SYNLAB. So a lot of those things have been the things that have kept me intrigued and kept me wanting to look for more and just go down the rabbit hole.
Wow, that's interesting. And for me here, I've been in SYNLAB 5 years, and it's been an interesting journey. And it's being in the commercial space at SYNLAB, it's easy to sell a brand that sells itself. It's not a journey of excessive convincing. I mean, the doctors, you're able to portray the values. Once you put the values that we are bringing to the table, I mean, a complement of over 5,000 tests, unique tests that are novel to SYNLAB, the dedication to research and technology, all of those things make it easier for people to adopt the brand. So the brand makes it easier for me to do my job. And so it's been quite an interesting journey. And let's quickly look at this before we go on a short break. Speaking about excellence in medical diagnostics, what do you think that SYNLAB is doing that separates itself from other people playing in the same field, especially when it comes to excellence in diagnostics?
Well, for me, I'll divide into three things. I'll talk about the culture. Okay. I'll talk about the people, and then I'll talk about the process,
Culture, people, and process.
Yeah, so for me, let me start with the people of SYNLAB, because one very beautiful thing about SYNLAB is a very large place, and then, there's a commitment to excellence. And because of this commitment, you have all sorts of people working in SYNLAB. You have pathologists, you have scientists, you have phlebotomists. And so you have all those people coming together, bringing their expertise, you really cannot get that in most of the labs, out there. SYNLAB has over 300 staff, you understand, in different fields. And then also, one thing I have come to appreciate, about SYNLAB is its commitment to training. SYNLAB is ISO certified. So definitely, that there is a strong commitment to quality. There were certain things I learned, during residency, about, quality control, all those LJ charts and what have you. And most of the times, they were just things that you had to cram, to pass your exams.
Because you can't see them.
Yes, exactly. But then coming to SYNLAB, I actually saw it at play. I got to understand it very well and understand how it applies to actually getting good quality results. And then, of course, another thing about SYNLAB that is unique, to me, that I found very unique is the fact that, unlike in most places where a lot of times you have this toxic work culture, between doctors, scientists, phlebotomists, and all that, everybody at SYNLAB understands the fact that you are here for the patient. And of course, it's the patient that is very important, right from the guy at the reception, the customer service, the phlebotomist, down to even the CEO. So that culture for me, it's a very beautiful thing. So
we will come back, Dr. Owoeye, to discuss the people and the process because I really want to take our time. We'll go on a short break and we'll be back.